If you're a man over 60 and you've been told that low energy, weak circulation, and fading intimacy are just part of getting older, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. What if I told you that the real reason you're feeling disconnected from your body, your partner, and your strength has nothing to do with age and everything to do with what your body is missing? Minerals. Yes, simple minerals could be the root cause of what you've been struggling with. I'm Dr. Moitkara, and I've spent over 30 years helping men reclaim their energy, vitality, and confidence. I've sat with thousands of husbands, veterans, teachers, and grandfathers who all felt the same thing, that something had gone quiet inside them. And I've watched what happens when that spark comes back. Most men focus on testosterone medication or avoiding sugar, but there's something no one talks about. 3 essential minerals that your body needs to regulate: blood flow, support hormones, and restore physical connection. The truth is, you could be doing everything right and still feel weak, tired, or distant if these minerals are missing. But here's the good news. Once you restore them, the difference can be fast and powerful in this video. I'll walk you through the top 3 minerals that rebuild circulation, reignite drive, and reconnect you with your partner and yourself. And stick around, because near the end, I'll reveal the #1 mistake older men make that silently cancels out these benefits. It's one you don't want to miss before we dive in. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and tap that button and turn on the bell so you never miss powerful practical health advice made specifically for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to serve you better next time. Alright, now that we're on the same page, let's get into what really matters. The first mineral I want to share with you is one that quietly controls your circulation, your energy, and even your ability to respond during intimate moments. Most men don't realize they're running low on it, but once you bring it back, everything starts to change. Let's talk about the circulation master magnesium. Mineral number 1. Mineral number 1. Magnesium, the circulation master. Let me tell you something I've seen over and over again in my practice. A man walks into my office. He's 67, maybe 73. He tells me he's tired all the time. His legs cramp at night. His sleep is broken, and worst of all, he feels disconnected from his body, from his partner, from who he used to be. He wonders if it's just old age, but often what's really happening is a slow, silent deficiency in one of the most vital minerals in the human body. Magnesium. Magnesium is the unsung hero of male health after 60. It keeps your blood vessels relaxed and open, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach every part of your body, including the areas that matter most when it comes to intimacy. Without enough magnesium, circulation weakens muscles, tighten, and your energy drains away like a leaking pipe. What most men don't know is that as blood sugar rises with age or diabetes, your kidneys flush out. Not just excess sugar, but large amounts of magnesium as well. It's a hidden loss, and it starts a vicious cycle. Low magnesium makes you more insulin resistant, which leads to higher blood sugar, which causes you to lose even more magnesium. Meanwhile, you start to notice other issues creeping in. Muscle twitches, low mood, restlessness at night, and a fading response during moments of physical closeness. Magnesium also plays a critical role in testosterone production and the nervous system. If you've been feeling less sensation or slower response during intimacy, magnesium might be the missing link. It calms your nerves, reduces stress hormones, and even supports heart rhythm. And when the heart is strong and blood flow is smooth, everything else starts to work the way it should. Some of the best magnesium-rich foods are already within reach: pumpkin seeds, cooked spinach, almonds, dark chocolate, and avocados. And if your diet isn't quite enough, magnesium glycinate or bisglycinate supplements can help restore balance gently and effectively. I've seen men go from dragging themselves out of bed to waking up with renewed energy just by restoring their magnesium levels. And for many, that shift is the beginning of something powerful, the return of confidence, vitality, and connection. But magnesium is only the beginning. There's another mineral that hits even closer to home for men, one that directly controls your hormones, desire, and drive. Let's talk about it. 2. Mineral number. Mineral number 2, zinc, the hormone stabilizer. I'll never forget one of my longtime patients. Robert, 72, he was a retired mechanic, strong hands, proud eyes. But there was something behind his voice that felt defeated. He told me, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore. My energy's down, my interest is gone, and I feel like a shadow of the man I used to be." He thought it was just age catching up with him. But after a few tests and a deeper conversation, I realized he was missing something essential, something small, silent, and absolutely critical. Zinc isn't just another mineral on a supplement label for men. Especially those over 60, it's the foundation of hormonal balance, sexual function, and immune strength. It's what helps your body produce testosterone, the very hormone that drives desire, energy, and confidence. And here's the problem with age, stress medications, and high blood sugar. Your body starts to lose zinc faster than it can replace it. Every time you urinate, you lose trace amounts over time that adds up, and the effects are hard to ignore. Low zinc doesn't always scream out loud, it whispers. Maybe you've noticed cuts that take longer to heal, skin that seems thinner or drier than before, a dip in your sense of taste, or an unexpected craving for sweets. Maybe your mood feels flat, or your mind a little foggy. For many men, these signs quietly add up to one painful realization. They're not firing on all cylinders anymore, but the truth is zinc deficiency is fixable. And when you restore it, everything starts to shift. Testosterone stabilizes sperm health, improves libido returns, even nerve function becomes sharper, which can reignite physical sensitivity and enjoyment. It's like switching the power back on foods like oysters, beef liver, pumpkin seeds, and chickpeas are all rich in zinc. And if you need more support, a quality zinc, picolinate, or bisglycinate supplement can help bring your levels back to where they should be, often with noticeable changes in how you feel in just a few weeks. Robert came back a month later with a grin I hadn't seen in years. "Doc," he said, "I didn't think I'd feel this good again. That's the power of zinc." But as vital as zinc is, there's another mineral even fewer people talk about yet. It holds the key to your blood sugar, your nerves, and the energy you wake up with every morning. Let's explore it. Next 3, mineral number 3. Chromium, the blood sugar gatekeeper. I remember sitting across from Harold, a 68-year-old retired truck driver. He'd been managing his type 2 diabetes for nearly a decade. Medications, diet changes, exercise. You name it. He'd tried it. But something still wasn't right, Doc, he said quietly. "I'm doing everything they told me, but I'm still exhausted. My blood sugar jumps around and my spark, it's gone." That spark he was talking about wasn't just about blood sugar. It was about the drive, the energy, the intimacy he hadn't felt in years. And after listening carefully, I had a strong hunch. He was missing a mineral most people don't even realize exists. Chromium may be one of the most overlooked minerals in men's health. But for those of us over 60, it's absolutely essential. It's the mineral that helps insulin do its job, moving sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells, where it can be used for energy. Without enough chromium, insulin becomes sluggish. Glucose lingers in the blood and energy levels flatline. And here's the kicker. High blood sugar causes your body to flush out even more chromium. It's a cruel cycle, one that leaves many men feeling drained, foggy and distant. What makes chromium so powerful is its behind-the-scenes role in everything from appetite regulation to hormonal balance. When levels are low, sugar cravings intensify, fat builds up more easily, and energy crashes hit harder over time. This can even impact testosterone and libido, robbing men of not only physical vitality, but emotional connection with their partners, for men like Harold who had lost his edge, both in and out of the bedroom. Restoring chromium made a noticeable difference within a few weeks of adding chromium-rich foods and a targeted supplement. His energy steadied, his focus improved, and that sense of personal power started coming back. You'll find chromium in foods like broccoli, Brazil, nuts, grape juice, lean, beef and eggs. And if food isn't enough, chromium picolinate supplements are well absorbed and safe for daily use in moderate amounts. Harold didn't need another prescription. He needed to fill a gap his body had been quietly suffering from for years. Now you might be thinking, how did I never hear about this? You're not alone, but there's a reason most men are low in these essential minerals. And it's not just age, it's what's draining them that matters most. Let's talk about the hidden culprits silently robbing your body of strength for. Why these three minerals? Why these three minerals work better together? Work better together. There's something I've learned after treating men for over 3 decades. Your body doesn't operate in isolated systems. Everything is connected. And when it comes to energy circulation and intimacy, that couldn't be more true. One day I had 2 patients back to back. One was taking only magnesium. The other had started incorporating magnesium, zinc and chromium together. Both were around 65, but their results night and day. The man who combined all 3 minerals reported blood sugar and, in his own words, more fire in the bedroom than I've had in 10 years. That's no coincidence. Magnesium opens up blood vessels, allowing oxygen and nutrients to flow freely, which is vital for healthy function. Both physical and intimate zinc steps in to support testosterone production, protect nerve endings, and revive sensitivity and desire, and chromium stabilizes insulin-reducing sugar crashes and keeping energy levels steady all day long. But when these 3 minerals work together, they form a kind of triangle of support circulation, hormone balance, and metabolic control. Each one fills a gap the other can't cover alone. Your blood doesn't flow well without magnesium, but without zinc, the signals that trigger intimacy aren't strong enough. And without chromium, your energy and blood sugar dip, making everything harder from movement to motivation to connection. That's why so many men feel like they're doing everything right but still don't feel right. It's not just about taking one pill or changing one habit. It's about restoring a deeper balance that time and stress have slowly chipped away. The good news is once these 3 nutrients are replenished through smart eating and simple, high-quality supplements, men often report a dramatic shift. They don't just feel better, they feel more themselves, more capable, more responsive, more alive. But here's the part most men miss. Even if you start adding these minerals, you could still be unknowingly draining them every day. And it's not from what you're missing, it's from what you're doing. In the next part, I'll reveal the hidden habits that quietly steal these minerals from your body and sabotage your energy, blood flow, and confidence. Don't skip this. It could change everything. The hidden killers that deplete these minerals. 5 the hidden killers that deplete these minerals. I once had a patient named Frank. He was 71, still sharp and full of humour. But lately he'd been telling me, "Doc, I'm doing what you said, taking the right supplements, eating better. But I still feel off my legs, feel weak. My mind's not as clear. And honestly, I'm not showing up for my wife the way I used to." So he sat down and took a closer look at his daily habits. And that's when it hit me. He was unknowingly draining the very minerals his body was trying to rebuild. Most men don't realise this, but there are everyday foods and habits that quietly rob your body of magnesium, zinc and chromium. It's not just about what you're not getting, it's about what's actively working against you. Take refined sugar, for example. Every time your blood sugar spikes, your kidneys flush out magnesium and chromium to try and compensate. And the more sugar you eat, the more your body dumps those precious minerals right down the drain. It's a vicious cycle that leaves you tired, foggy, and unstable. Then there's caffeine. A few cups of coffee a day might seem harmless, but when you add in sodas and energy drinks, the impact is serious. Caffeine blocks magnesium absorption and stresses your adrenal system, which in turn affects your hormones and blood flow alcohol. Even worse, it depletes zinc, increases inflammation, and interferes with hormone balance, especially testosterone, which is critical for male intimacy and energy. Many men also take calcium supplements thinking they're doing their bones a favour, but too much calcium competes with magnesium and zinc for absorption, leaving you worse off than before. And processed foods. The quick microwave meals, white bread boxed snacks, are stripped of nutrients and loaded with ingredients that block mineral uptake. When I laid all this out for Frank, he was stunned. I had no idea I was undoing the good stuff every day, but once he cut back on sugar, dropped the soda and rebalanced his habits, everything started to change. His energy returned, his clarity improved, and yes, his connection with his wife came back stronger than ever. But now that you know what's draining you, how do you actually start rebuilding your strength? That's what we'll cover next. A 7-day plan designed specifically for men over 60 to restore blood flow, boost energy, and reignite vitality. And it's simpler than you think. 6. The 7-day fix. 7-day fix, restore, reignite, reconnect. When I talk to older men about reclaiming their strength and intimacy, most assume it'll take months or that it's already too late. But what I've seen in my own patients tells a different story. Change can happen faster than you think. I once worked with a man named George, a 66-year-old widower who had recently remarried. He came to me embarrassed, saying, "I'm happy again, Doc, but my body isn't keeping up with my heart." We started a simple 7-day plan, not a crash diet, not a pile of pills, just the right foods, a few smart supplements and easy daily habits within 1 week. George felt more energy, sharper clarity, and in his words, a fire. I thought I'd never feel again. This plan works because it doesn't rely on gimmicks. It restores what time and stress have slowly taken away your core minerals, your blood flow, your sense of control. Each day starts with a steady breakfast, 2 eggs, avocado slices, and sautéed spinach. This combo hits all 3 major minerals, magnesium, zinc, and chromium, and supports stable blood sugar. To set the tone for the day, a midday handful of pumpkin seeds and dark chocolate satisfies cravings while quietly replenishing your magnesium and zinc stores. Lunch might be grilled salmon with quinoa and broccoli. A powerful mix for circulation and mineral support dinner could be grass-fed beef with steamed chard or asparagus foods that nourish your heart hormones and vitality. And before bed, just 1 Brazil nut and a calming cup of herbal tea offers a boost of chromium and magnesium to help you sleep deeply and recover. Alongside the meals, George took a morning supplement routine, 200 millilitres of magnesium glycinate, 15 milligrams of zinc picolinate, and 200 micrograms of chromium picolinate. He walked after lunch and did some light stretching at night. Nothing extreme, just consistency and intention. After 7 days, he didn't just feel better, he felt more like himself. And that's the goal, not to become someone new, but to reconnect with the man you've always been. But this isn't just about what to do. It's also about what it means in the next part. I want to speak to you directly from doctor to man about why this matters more than ever and how you can carry this momentum into the rest of your life. 7. Emotional closing. The emotional closing doctor's message over the years. I've had hundreds of men sit in front of me, shoulders slumped, eyes full of doubt, quietly asking the same unspoken question. Is this who I've become? They weren't looking for miracles. They weren't chasing youth. They just wanted to feel alive again, to feel capable, close, strong and seen, and time after time. I've watched those same men walk out of my office weeks later, standing taller, smiling wider, and reconnecting with the part of themselves they thought they'd lost forever. What I've learned is this: aging doesn't take your strength, but giving up on yourself does. Your body still remembers how to respond. Your blood still wants to flow. Your heart still wants to connect. You simply need to give it the right tools, and that's what these minerals do. They don't change who you are. They remind your body how to be what it was designed to be. A living, breathing, energized system built for connection, purpose, and passion. I want you to know you're not broken, you're not too old, you're not done. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s rebuild their vitality, deepen their intimacy, and show up for their partners and themselves in ways that seemed impossible, just months before you have that same potential. All it takes is a decision to stop settling for less and start honouring what your body truly needs. You've now seen what magnesium, zinc, and chromium can do when they work together. You've seen how small changes in diet, supplements, and habits can restore what was once thought gone. But most importantly, I hope you felt something stir inside a quiet voice that says, "I'm ready to feel alive again." Don't let that voice fade, because in the next video, I'll show you something even more powerful. A 3-in-1 ritual backed by science that can further amplify blood flow, improve nerve response, and restore stamina in ways men haven't been told. It's simple, it's safe, and it could be the missing piece in your journey back to full strength. So stay with me, we're just getting started.